It's now currently 1:45 in the morning on Saturday the 18th of August, and I just wanted to make a video log. This is my first ever, so if I mess up I do apologise. There's no script, it's just me all raw, and yeah, I've had a meltdown, one that I haven't had in a while. It's anyone who knows me well enough knows I don't cry very often, and I thought I would have been crying a lot actually. I recently lost my sister in April, and haven't been able to cry a lot, so the fact that I did cry, I'll take it wherever I can get it, but it always catches me off guard. I suffer with depression. I suffer with anxiety, which only makes things worse because I want my body to do something and it doesn't. And it only frustrates me. So to be able to have a meltdown is a very big deal, especially because this is how I want to feel. This is how I want to show how I feel, because I feel like my body has just betrayed me in every way possible where I want to cry. And I'm finally able to do it. I've wanted to cry for so long, and the fact that I'm finally able to do it makes me want to cry more. And I miss my sister so much, even though we didn't get on very well. It's just my whole life has been my sister in it constantly, and to now try and start living a life without her is near impossible, because it's impossible. I don't know how to start living a life without her. I know I need to. I have to. I just don't know where to start. If Angie were here, I know that she would say, "I'll just build a bridge and get over it," but how do you start to build a bridge and get over the death of someone who's been a constant in your life, even though you hated them about 96% of the time? I don't know how. I really, really don't know how. How do you start to live a life without someone you had a love-hate relationship with? It's not easy. And this is one of the many perks of trying to build a bridge and get over it. I figured it was time to put my story out there for those who are interested in learning, I guess, because this is the rawest it's ever gonna get. I have suffered with depression most of my life. In fact, pretty much all of my life, according to one of my old psychologists. I am so anxious to put my story out there, just so you know, because not a lot of people know about my life, and those that do, it was so scary to tell them about things in my life for fear of rejection, for fear of judgment. After this video is made, if no one wants to be friends with me anymore after this, that's fine. It's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm almost 31 years old, and I just want people to know. You know, you see it on shows, you see it on books, on magazine covers, depression and anxiety, this is how you deal with it. But anyone can read a sentence, anyone can watch a movie, anyone can watch videos on YouTube, but this is raw, this is first-hand knowledge from someone who's had it, from someone who has it. According to an old psychologist, I was diagnosed with depression at 15, but according to the psychologist, I've actually had it my whole life. It wasn't until this year, though, that someone decided to finally listen and gave me antidepressants after my begging and crying and showing them something I don't really show many people, which is something I have to tell you all about. Just bear with me, and like I said, if you don't want to be friends with me after this because it's too difficult for you or you don't understand, please leave questions in the comments there and I'll be more than happy to answer, because I'm an open book. I apologise if it's late replies, because sometimes I have to try and get my head together and figure out how to answer a question properly. I am recovering from the age of 16 till about almost a year ago. I used to self-harm. I used to burn myself. It made me feel better, and I know that doesn't sound normal or right. It's just, I'm not really much of a person that expresses my feelings or talks about my feelings all that much. And it's something that's been there my whole life. It's a very bad habit, believe me. I'll be the first to admit it. It's a very, very nasty habit to have. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. I really wouldn't. But it's the truth. I used to self-harm. I'm still recovering. I mean, it's not easy. It's an uphill battle. It's like pushing a massive, massive rock up a hill, and it's not just any kind of hill. It's like one long, long slope. I mean, I'm happy to say that, today makes it, 271 days that I haven't done anything like that, and I'm proud of myself, don't get me wrong, but ever since my sister died, it's just been so hard to keep my senses and my wits about me, to stop myself from hurting myself, because I don't know how to talk about this. I don't know how to express my feelings as well as I thought. I mean, anyone who knows me well enough knows I'm a pretty chatty person. I chat. But when it comes to stuff about me, about my emotions and my mental health, it is so much more difficult than I ever anticipated, which, when I was 16, the first time I self-harmed, I cut myself, and I didn't realise how not so great it felt. But then I accelerated it and I took to burning myself instead, which I found gave me more relief. And I'll say it again, I don't encourage it. I don't endorse it. I definitely don't suggest it for anyone. I mean, if you do find people that you can talk to about this, that's great. If you find other people that you find it easier to talk about with, that's fantastic. If you're like me, though, and you can't find the words, you can't muster the strength to say it out loud, what it is you're feeling, then you're probably going to feel like the only way out is to self-harm, and it's not. It really isn't. I mean, I'm not going to say it's easy because it's not. It really, really isn't. I'm living proof that it's not. I may be 271 days clean, but I am nowhere near where I should be, where I want to be. And I'm going to get there. Eventually I will get there, but until then I just have to keep fighting these battles. And I know that there are so many people in my small circle of people that really, really desperately want to help, and God, I love you all for it. It's just not easy living in my head and trying to put the thoughts into words. It's really, really not easy. I may be one of the most talkable people ever, but it's so much more harder to talk about me because it puts the spotlight on me, and I hate it. I like being invisible. I prefer it. It gives me the chance to try and sort myself out on my own, and I know it's not right. I shouldn't be trying to do it on my own. It's just so much more harder, and see, I can't even put it into words how hard it is. I mean, I'm in a category of my own, I think. There's hard, there's harder, there's hardest, and then there's me. There, all on my own. But as I said, there are a couple of people in my small group of people that I've let close enough to me to know all the darkness that's happened in my life, and I know that you all want to help, and I love all of you for it. It's just, and it's not you, it's me. As cliche as that sounds, you are not the problem, I am. I don't even talk to my own mother about my own thoughts, and she's my mum. She's the one that brought me into the world. And I can't even talk to her about it because it's not her, it's me. I don't know how to put it into words. And it's so frustrating, which only drives that urge to self-harm more. And it's battle after battle after battle, and it doesn't stop. Granted, the antidepressants have helped a lot, like a lot, but I am talking to someone about all this, but I'm going to be in therapy, I think, for the rest of my life, because I don't know how to express it properly, and it's so frustrating. Like, I wake up each morning and I'm like, another day full of not being able to talk about my problems. It's so frustrating being inside my head. Before I go any further, to give you the names of the people that have been so helpful in my life and who I have nothing to give back in return for the love and support that they've given me. Angie, cousin Angie, you have been one of the most awesome people to talk to and confide in my problems. Matt, Matt, God, I love you for just listening to me with my griping and moaning and my meltdowns, my tantrums, whatever you wish to call them. Mum, I want to give a lot of credit to my mum. God, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now giving you this depressing video. I mean, literally, I really wouldn't be here. I mean, I don't know if I told anyone at my birthday party, but I told Mum. I never thought that I would see the day that I would turn 30. And I actually celebrated my birthday last year, my 30th, and I didn't want to make a big deal about it because I was all, oh, I don't really care, it's my 30th, who cares? And my mum, good old mum, wanted to remind me, oh, it's your birthday, and you're only going to be 30 once, so celebrate it. And I did, and I have no regrets, except for all the food that I made. I'm half Italian, I can't help it, but anyway, my mum is the best mum in the world, and I know a lot of people that have good mums would say that. And I'm not arguing with you about it, it's just, my mum has been through hell and back, not just with me, but her life, my sister's life before she passed away. Too much for one person to handle, but she did it. She's doing it, and she's handled it so well. So if anyone deserves the credit here, it would be her more than anyone else. No offense, Angie, no offense, Matt, I love you both. But my mum more than anyone else is a legend. They didn't name her Joy for no reason. I love you all, and I'm so thankful that I have some people in my life that I can trust after so many years of rejection and hurt and betrayals through the wazoo. I just want to put this out there so that you can see a different side of me rather than just the big old happy me. I mean, this is a side that not many people get to see, and I am in a vulnerable position. I realise this, so the anxiety has jumped up to 11. Oh, wait, it's gone up to 12. But I want people to see, and if you have questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I mean, I've got nothing to hide. Please, no judgmental, hateful comments. I mean, I'm not the only one that's dealing with this. There are lots of people out there. It's just, yeah, don't make me feel worse than I already do. I mean, I'm already punishing myself. I've physically punished myself, and no, just don't. Okay, if like I always try and tell people, if you've got nothing nice to say nothing. So please remember that while you watch this video. If you do have questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. If you don't want to be my friend anymore, again, I'll say it, that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to hate you. I mean, it would be hard for me to be friends with someone like me, and that's me, of all people, saying that. It's a lot to take in. You could very well know people that self-harm but don't want to talk about it. It's not exactly something that we like to talk about. But yeah, there it is, it's out there. Yeah, that's it for now, I guess. Good night, and love you all. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much. I hope I haven't turned you off wanting to be friends with me. I'm a reasonably nice person. Like what I've done to myself and what I'm suffering with now with my depression and everything, it doesn't make me who I am. It's just one quite large part of my life, which I am dealing with. I mean, I don't need to be on suicide watch. I haven't self-harmed in a very long time, and I'm doing well. It's just tonight, this morning, I just thought I'd share with all of you just one of my meltdowns, because not many people get to see them. So, yeah, welcome to my life. Anyway, good night, and I will talk to all of you when I see you next, or talk to all of you when you leave questions, if you have any, or if you don't want to be friends, I'll never see you. I love you all. Take care.